Welcome back, guys. And we just got a confirmation from Microsoft that the Xbox Series S and X will be released November 10th, and we have a price for both consoles. Let's jump into it. Microsoft just announced that we'll be getting the Series S and X this November, November 10th, 2020, which is really exciting news for a lot of us. We also It's also been confirmed that we will be getting these two consoles for the price of $499 and $299. The Series X will be $499 with a disc drive, and the Series X will be $299 without a disc drive. Something similar to what Sony's doing with the PlayStation 5. You can get the PlayStation 5 with a disc drive for $500, and you can get the PlayStation 5 without a disc drive for $400, which is really strange to me on why both of these big giant companies are trying to give gamers a cheaper version of the console without a disc drive. And I'll tell you why they're doing this. They're doing this because they're trying to tilt us toward buying more digital games than physical games. And time again, a lot of us in the community has been voicing our opinions. There's a majority of us still like buying physical media. We still like buying physical discs for our games because we want to have something that's tangible in our hands that we feel like we own. And digital media does not provide that same satisfaction. And a lot of us in the community have voiced our opinions. There have been done reports and all types of information been out on this that we still love physical media. And on top of that, facts has also proven that the world is not ready for all digital markets. There's not enough infrastructure, and a lot of people are still like having something tangible in their hands. So Microsoft and Sony both know this, and for Microsoft to be releasing an all digital version for cheaper, for $300, what it's an insult to us that like collecting physical media. I know you guys gonna send a comment section below. Well, DMAC, if you want to have be able to play physical discs on your next generation console, you're gonna have to cough up the extra $200. To me, that's wrong in so many ways. That's the definition of being anti-consumer. You're alienating your fan base that like physical media, Microsoft, and I feel like that's wrong, immoral, and something that y'all really need to think about the next time you decide to do something like this, because this is appalling in my opinion. I'm not harping on it like I'm super angry. I'm just disappointed that Microsoft, knowing their fan base, knowing how a lot of their customers in their fan base have physical media. I have a large library of physical discs for my Xbox, and now if I want to play them same games that I already own, I will have to buy them all digitally because of this pandemic, and I don't have the resources to call for $500 for the Xbox Series X. And to me, that is truly anti-consumer in my opinion. And I don't understand why Microsoft would decide to do something like this. I don't even understand why Sony is deciding to do something like this. And don't get me started on Nintendo. They've been trying to do this for the longest. A lot of times when you try to buy physical media for them, you get a card with a code in it. You get a box with some art on it and a code for the digital game, because they're trying to make us buy digital games, because they're trying to tilt the market to digital media only, to take out all third party companies. And to me, that is anti-consumer in any way you can look at it. And I feel like these companies need to realize that you're not going to silence us on what we love. We love digital media. And I feel like even though we're getting a good price point for the Series S and X, they could have took that $50 hit for a disc drive on that console. They could have put a disc drive in there for $299. They could have put a disc drive in there. If they want to add another $50 on there, so be it. But they could have added a disc drive to the Series S so that we can have physical media. And for them to set it up where it's the order to play physical media is behind a $200 paywall. And to me, that is truly immoral, wrong on so many levels, and it's alienating some of the customer base. Now, you can argue back and forth or debate on how large of a group we are. If we're either the minority or the majority, you can argue back and forth on it. I just know that I know a lot of people that still love physical media. We still like owning something in our hands, regardless if it's just all in our heads. We still like that. And I'm not only talking about the people that collect games. There's people like me that don't collect games just to collect them. I buy physical media games that I love and that I want to keep because they are amazing, and I play them all the time. I don't just put them on the shelf and have them to be looking pretty. I use these physical discs day in and day out. So I'm not what you consider a collector, but I still am someone that loves physical media. And for them to try to force me to ban digital media for this when I don't want to, it's an insult to me and a lot of others out there that wants to get in on the next generation for the $300 price point. Now I know what you guys can say in the comment section. You're just being petty, Dmac. If you want to have physical media, you're gonna have to call for $200. Why do I have to call $200 up to play physical media when the device that allows me to play physical media is only $50? I'm paying $150 more dollars for the disc. And I know what you guys will say, well, you're just not paying for the disc for the $200. You're paying for the most powerful hardware as well. That's what they're trying to hide behind. That the Series X is going to be the most powerful console on a market as far as consoles. And if you want, the disc drive is behind the most powerful console. So it's behind that $200 paywall. And that paywall, if you pay the extra $200, you get all the extra goodies that comes with that. That's what they're trying to hide behind. And I feel like because we're in the midst of a pandemic, and on top of that, there's not going to be a lot of hardware out there for us to buy. It's going to be a shortage, regardless if you like it or not. For them to be putting the disc drive behind a $200 paywall, to me, is truly despicable in my opinion. And I know I'm not the only one to feel like this. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Are you someone that's upset with this as well? Are you someone that feels like this is anti-consumer? Do you feel like Microsoft is really not listening to their fans and the people that buy their hardware and buy their games? Do you feel like they're not listening to us when we say we love physical media? Or do you feel like we that love physical media is a minority among the community? Let me know all your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. And I don't understand it. This is not a rant. I'm sorry if you feel like I'm going on a tangent. I just feel like this was an insult to us, those who love physical media. And I think everyone in the gaming industry is doing this to push us towards digital media. And we all know from the data that's been done that the world is not ready for a digital market, or all digital market, because of the infrastructure. And on top of that, because people still like holding something in their hand, still like having something tangible to see and feel. Them two elements are huge elements to leap over, especially the infrastructure of the world that what they were required to have to sustain an all digital market. Even though that's what we're going towards in the future, there soon will be an all digital market for gaming and a lot of other industries, and that's fine. But when the world can support it, and on top of that, their policies on digital media is ridiculous. Microsoft is okay with it at some points, but it's still ridiculous policies when it comes to Nintendo and Sony. So I don't know if you're gonna make it only be a digital market. We should be able to trade our digital licenses to people and other things. If you want to make it an all digital market, you got to give us the same rights that you would give us for physical media. Because it's the same thing. The only difference is we're not buying something physical. We're buying a code that has a license in it. And if we are licensing this and we own a license, we should be able to use the license as we see fit. And that's just my opinion about the whole situation. Now, I know it may sound crazy to some of you guys, but I feel like Microsoft is being anti-consumer with this decision they made. And so is Sony. And I know I'm not the only one that feel like this. I mean, they may not be the majority, but I'm sure there's other people like myself that feels this way and feel like it's an insult to us. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you feel like I'm just overreacting? Do you feel like I'm just being cheap? Or do you feel like that as well because of the pandemic? And you feel like if it wasn't a pandemic and you could save up the extra money, you would get the physical, you would get the disc drive included with your next generational console. Because that's what I would do as well. If I had the money, I would shove out the $500 for the Series X to have that disc drive, because I have a lot of physical media for Microsoft and Sony. I have a lot of discs for both consoles and some cartridges for my Nintendo Switch, because I love physical media. I'll have a lot more physical media than I have digital media. Don't get me wrong, I still buy some games digitally, especially if that's the only way you can get it. But if I have a choice, I will always do physical media. And if there are certain games that is only digital and I don't feel like it's worth my money, I don't buy it. So it's not like I'm just whining or crying because I don't want to pay the extra $20. I just cannot afford it right now with my family. I have a son and a wife that I'm feeding and taking care of. I don't have an extra $20 to shove out towards a console to do my job. And I don't understand why Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo think this will be okay to do to their customers. We are your lifeline. We are your blood. We are who make you who you are. And for you to just disrespect us like this by telling us, well, if you, in the midst of a pandemic, if you can't afford the premium console, then you SOL. And I feel like that's what they're saying to the consumers when they made these decisions on having these other consoles that's cheaper without a physical disc drive in it. And that's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'd love to know all you guys thought. And as always, thank you for staying to the end of the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button. Helps out the channel. Make sure you share. Helps out as well. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button, what are you waiting for, really? Come on. Hit the subscribe button. Become a Mad Gamer. Because we got a lot more content coming for you guys. The Mad Gamer is working on some content and stuff that he can't wait to show you in the next week or two. So don't miss out on it. And also hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload more content. And as always, gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. I'll talk to you later.